Answer should be 12x minus 11y. Answer should be 13x plus y. Answer should be 9x plus 19. Answer should be negative 5x minus 1. Answer is 15x minus 21. The shortcut is this. 6x plus 9x is 15x. Negative 12, negative 9, negative 21. Winning numbers are 2, 6, 11, 17, and 20. Today's objective is to, when given a line of y equals mx plus b form, find a line that is parallel or perpendicular to it and passes through a given point, xy. You're going to be given the equation of a line, and you must find either a perpendicular line or a parallel line. I said those in reverse, parallel and perpendicular, and it has to pass through a given point. Example number 1 is y equals 2x plus 4. You must find a line that is parallel to that and passes through the point negative 2, negative 3. Step 1 is to start with y equals mx plus b. Look at the sign. It is parallel. If it's parallel, then the line that you're going to create has the same slope as this one. So then you write y equals 2x plus b, using the same slope. After that, you must plug in the point negative 2, negative 3. Remember, that's x and y. So negative 3 would go here, and the negative 2 here. Once you have plugged in that point, you must solve for b. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4, and then that negative 4 must be moved to the left to become plus 4. Negative 3 plus 4 is 1. We have solved for b. You must go back to here and plug in that value for b to get your answer of y equals 2x plus 1. Example 2. Y equals 3 over 4x minus 6. We want a line that is parallel to it and passes through the point 6, 4. Start with y equals mx plus b. If it's parallel, then it's going to be the same slope. So y equals 3/4 x plus b. Now plug in the point 6, 4. That would be 4 equals 3 over 4 x, not x, but actually 6, and then plus b. Solve for b. 3/4 times 6 is 18 over 4. Reduce that to 9 over 2. And move that 9 over 2 over to the left-hand side to get 4 minus 9 over 2. From there, you need a common denominator of 2. 8 over 2 is the same as 4. 8 minus 9 is negative 1, so we have a negative half. And we're going to insert that back into here for b. So y equals 3 over 4 x minus 1 over 2. You will not have any mixed numbers in these problems. If you end up with one, then you must change it to an improper fraction. For some of you, fractions might still be a problem. 4 minus 9 over 2. If I need a common denominator here of 2, then I multiply the 4 by 2 as well. That's where the 8 comes from. That's why we have 8 over 2. And then subtract. Practice 1. On the practice problem, let's start with y equals mx plus b. The slope must be the same. So y equals negative 2x plus b. Plug in these points. 5 equals negative 2 times negative 4 plus b. Simplify here to get 8 and move it to the left. Change the sign. You end up with a negative 3 that you plug in back here. Answer is y equals negative 2x minus 3. Answer is 54 on the bonus. Answer should be 91. On the practice problem, you should have y equals mx plus b to start with. Since it's parallel, it's going to be 4/3 for the slope. And we're going to plug in this point, which is negative 5 equals 4 over 3 times negative 1 plus b. Simplify to get a negative 4 over 3 here, and move it to the left to make it plus. But now we need a common denominator of 3, so it's a negative 15 over 3 plus 4 over 3. And that's a negative 11 over 3. Plug it back in here for b to get y equals 4 over 3 x minus 11 over 3. This should be 24. Answer to this bonus should be 80. The winning numbers are 5, 8, and 10. Example 3. Y equals 3x minus 2. We're looking for a line that is perpendicular and must pass through the point 5, 7. You start with y equals mx plus b, and since it is perpendicular, you must use the negative reciprocal of 3, which means you flip it and then change the sign. Flip 3 to get 1 over 3 and change it from positive to negative. And once you do that, you plug in the point 5 and 7 to get 7 equals a negative third times 5 plus b. Simplify to get a negative 5 over 3 and then move it to the left, making it plus. Now you need a common denominator of 3. So that's 21 over 3 plus 5 over 3, which is 26 over 3. And plug that back into this equation to get y equals a negative 1/3 x plus 26 over 3. Negative reciprocals. If I had a 5, it would be negative 1 over 5. If it's negative 4, it would be a positive 1 over 4. If it were a half, it would be a negative 2. If it were negative 3 over 4, it would be a positive 4 over 3. You flip it and change the sign. Here's example 4. Y equals a negative 2 over 3x minus 4. We need a line that is perpendicular and passes through negative 6, 8. Start with y equals mx plus b. Since it is perpendicular, we must flip this slope and change the sign. That's why we have 3 halves. Plug in this point. 8 equals 3 over 2 times a negative 6 plus b. And 8 equals a negative 18 over 2 plus b. Simplify that negative 18 over 2 to get negative 9. And move it to the other side to make it plus. Of course, that would be 17, which you would plug back into there and come up with y equals 3 halves x plus 17. On the practice problem, you should start with y equals mx plus b. The slope, since it is perpendicular, will be a negative 1 over 4. Plug in this point and then simplify. Move it to the left. Get a common denominator. Simplify and insert it here. Answer on the bonus is 141. Answer to the bonus is 217.